So would you rather use the microphone or the Yes, it's on. Maybe down in this bottom pocket there. And you can just advance by clicking this arrow right here. Yep.
Okay.
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 Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Now we have our representative from the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency to give you his presentation.
Hello, hello everyone, and thank you for attending this presentation. My name is Taisuke Kanbe. I'm from Japan. I belong to JAXA's and IBM team, and I'm responsible for assurance case about introduction assurance case into IV&V. Today, I'd like to introduction application of growth tracking notation in IV&V activity. There are two parts I'd like to cover today. Firstly, I will talk about background in which we introduced GSN into JAXA's IV&V. Then I will explain IV&V case which we introduced into JAXA's IV&V. I introduce a brief history of JAXA's IV&V activities. Our IV&V activities started over decades ago. And first project was about ISS. And we applied to various projects and spacecraft or rockets. Fortunately, IV&V program became widespread. But spacecraft and rocket project teams' needs to IV&V are changed. This is characteristics of JAXA IV&V program. And characteristics are 2 points. One point is that beneficiaries pay IV&V costs. And beneficiaries are usually JAXA's project team and JAXA management. JAXA's project team pay cost for IV&V. Instead, we IV&V team reduce risks and defects. And on the other hand, JAXA's management pay cost for developments and studies of software verification techniques. We IV&V team diffuse the techniques and knowledge of IV&V to other industries so that JAXA are recognized by government and people. Sorry. And 2 point is, and IV&V is finished, then I result to report it to the project team. As I told you, JAXA's project team needs to IV&V program are changed. They expect 3 points. Clear accountability for confidence. Guarantee the software quality as a whole. Show traceability between software defects on orbit and operational risks. As response to change needs, IBM team defined new value concept of JAXA's IV&V activities. We perform IV&V to keep with the concept in recent years. IV&V promote confidence of product customers and management and reduce risks in development and operation. Therefore, IV&V supply to project team and developers visualization of quality, improvement quality of development work, and identification of technical failure. Depending on project milestone, we predict risks and remove problems. To be more effective, we use even knowledge across projects, set verification attribute from a system or an operational viewpoint, and establish verification techniques different from developers. But now we have three issues in JAXA's IV&V. First issue is we do not fulfill accountability to the stakeholders. The value of IV&V is not understood. We need to show the scope and evidence that evaluated by IV&V for the stakeholder. Second point is for accumulation and application of knowledge of IV&V has not been, we cannot exert the strengths and originalities of IV&V. So we need to identify what is the valuable knowledge for IV&V activities. The third point is transfer of the IV&V engineers are frequent, and we cannot maintain the quality of IV&V as an organization. And even IV&V beginner engineer, it is necessary to make the structure of which can perform IV&V with quality of the contest level. To actualize the solutions, we devised IV&V case, utilized GSN, and we introduced it to IV&V activities. I think here I want to briefly describe GSN. And GSN is a graphical argument notation. It is often used as one of the notations for assurance case. GSN is constituted of goal, strategy, context, evidence. And GSNs can be used to document explicitly the event and structure of an argument and the argument's relation to evidence. We expected 3 points for introduction GSN into IV&V. To visualize IV&V strategy by GSN, give sharing and application of knowledge. Specifically, discussion about IV&V strategy or application of the past IV&V strategy and results. And second, to visualize IV&V strategy by GSN, give building the platform for IV&V activities, specifically development of original evaluation techniques by analyzing the IV&V strategy and results, and the best arrangement of IV&V engineer. Third, to visualize by GSN, give expansion to the new domain, exploration of domain knowledge and IV&V knowledge, explanation of IV&V effect to the new development project. Next, I explain IV&V case. We define the concept of IV&V case. Visualization of risk-based IV&V. IV&V originality strategy. Estimate of evaluation accuracy. This is three concepts. We think that IV&V strategy based on risk and be different from developers' verification strategies. And we want to prepare evidence assumed to achieve evaluation purpose before IV&V evaluate. Next, I explain relation between GSN for nodes and IBM program. Here is JAXA's project team and developers. Here is IBM team. Developers provide the software development output to us. By analyzing the output and other information, IBM team identify risk. The output is the prerequisite information for IBM teams so that we define the output as a context node. To evaluate about the identified risk is IBM purpose, so that we define evaluation purpose as a goal notation, goal node. And we define how to evaluate about the risks as the strategy node, and results of evaluation as the evidence nodes. To summarize in the table, it will be this. The goal node is evaluation purpose. We represent the identified risk is nothing. For example, no oversight or error in software stage transition. And the context node is a specific information. For example, of nominal process defined by operational scenario. The strategy node is evaluation attribute, which is observation and point to achieve evaluation purpose. The evidence node is evaluation results. For example, integrity analysis reports of operational risk scenario and software requirements. I explained how to actualize the concept of IV&V case in GSN. By visualizing the way or how to achieve evaluation purpose from goal to evidence, we actualize the concept one, visualization of risk-based IV&V. To take the strategy different from developer verification strategy, we actualize IV&V original strategy. To take shape of what to evaluate, same results can be obtained by anyone in charge. We actualize estimate of evaluation accuracy. Although I have described the concept of IV case so far, there are problems in introduction IV case into IV&V. For example, notation content is not decided. There are too many nodes. Force a new burden to the IV&V engineer. To solve the problem, we devise 4 points. First point is we localize the scene of application IV case. In fact, we defined the IV&V standard process that assumes IV case utilization and applies the accumulated the past IV strategy and results. Second point is thorough assessment of the IV case. We set up evaluation axis of review GSN by IV expert engineer. Third point is application at the time of IV planning. It's not to explain evaluation results, but also to make IV plan. Therefore, we can build IV&V original strategies and assign the part depending on difficulty of the evaluation. Fourth point is to give advantage for IV case developer. We take advantage of IV case as review standards of the evaluation results. This is application scene of IV case. In IBM's standard process is left, and activities to take advantage of IV case are 5 activities. Preparation for verification strategy, selection of evaluation attribute, analysis of evaluation results, acquisition of ideal knowledge, and analysis of defects. For each activity, we decide people and purpose to use and complete standard. This is the party of review ideal cases. For example, the scope and attribution of evaluation are appropriate, the utility and logicality and coverage is high. Is it easy to understand? Is it possible to correspond with the defect factor? And evaluation methods and criteria are appropriate. And we build IBM strategy by the past defect information. In this example, we expanded the IBM strategy based on the defect factor because there are defect factor in the termination condition of the state transition. The effects on the expectations of GSN before, there are 3 points. First point is improvement of IBM demand. Success IBM team improvement interpretability to stakeholders. Second point is improvement of IBM value. We can visualize and variable knowledge in IV&V. The third point is maintenance of IBM quality. And evaluation results don't depend on the ability of the IBM engineer. And the division system of labor to assign the work of high difficulty to IBM expert engineer was established. This is ripple effect 6. By activation of discussion and give promotion of technique inheritance and establishment of the division system of labor. And by promotion of stakeholders understanding, improvement of engineers' motivation, and accumulation of data for investigation, and penetration of stakeholders' perspective to engineer. But we have future work of IBM case. In application, accumulated GSN are more than 100 per year. Some methods to necessary to provide us to access accurately and speedy to each GSN. In quality, many IBM engineers will prepare a use case. And we need to baseline about basic strategy and more. In expression, and opportunities to explain IBM strategy to more stakeholders will increase. We need to tailor the IBM case to the purpose of explanation. My presentation is over. Thank you for listening.
I guess I'll just chime in real quick here. I think it was slide number 8. I did like that you said it was driven by the stakeholder. And I've seen that a little bit myself, where something you might think is a critical feature, the stakeholder, the client isn't as concerned, but a certain bell and whistle, they want to make sure it's tested upside down, which way, 10 different tests. So I did like that you included by the stakeholder as well, because I've seen that myself in the testing where they're looking for something very specific. And to you on the other end, you might not think it's important or that much of a big deal, but it does make a big deal to them. And you want to keep them satisfied and happy.
Are there any questions online?